The $3.725 million dollars that they had to pay, yes, it is a large amount of money. But compared to what they make, if you do the math, it comes out to be about 0.34% of what they make a year. In other words, if I make $50,000 a year, that's like $170, which is like a couple of parking tickets or a speeding ticket. Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't be happy paying $170 for a parking ticket, but is that really significant enough to damage my well being? I don't think so. Hello, interpreters. This is Mason, the interpreter. Today's video is about the class action lawsuit against the giant LSP, Language Line Solutions. For those of you who are not familiar with the company Language Line Solutions, which is owned by a parent company called Teleperformance, is one of the most well-known remote interpreting service providers in the world. You know how people often say the word Google as a verb when they look up something online? Just like that, you might hear some of the doctors or nurses still casually say, "Hey, we got the language line," or "We will use language line for this patient," when what they actually meant was getting a remote interpreter. Language Line Solutions, commonly abbreviated to LLS, is undoubtedly one of the biggest companies in the language industry, but I have some reservations about this company because LLS, well, technically operated through another company called Kelly Services in Canada, was the first company that I started my professional interpreting career with and how I really grew as an interpreter trainer. I am no longer with the company, but I have to say the fundamental business model of this company, just like many other LSPs in this industry, is quite exploitative in my opinion. However, on paper, LLS is still the second largest LSP in the world with hundreds of thousands of interpreters taking calls 24/7. By the way, if you want to be on top of news like this is a post that I shared on Reddit a while ago. The sub is called Anonymous Interpreters, where anyone can share their thoughts and opinions anonymously. Please feel free to join if you are a Reddit user. A little spoiler alert, the case is now over and LLS had to pay about 3.7 million US dollars. But does this mean interpreters won and LLS lost? That's what I will talk about in this video, but first I will cover what happened in this lawsuit, who was involved, the results of the lawsuit, and finally my thoughts as well. If you're ready, let's get started. Here is what happened. Around April 2022, two interpreters, Sharon Oliveira and Simone Boyce, whom I will just address by their last name from now on, filed a separate complaint in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California. Later in December 2022, the two cases were merged into a single class action case. The defendants in the case are the Language Line Services and online interpreters. You could probably guess that Language Line Services Inc. is the Language Line Solutions, which is what the company operates their business as. But what's online interpreters? As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, LLS has a parent company, Teleperformance. And Teleperformance has many different child companies, and LLS is just one of those many companies. But then, LLS also has many other subsidiaries or so called operational entities, which means basically the same company going by different names, but servicing different regions and countries. And there we have online interpreters. So once again, these are essentially the same company. So in this video, let's keep it simple and call it Language Line Solutions or LLS. In January 2023, the two plaintiffs filed the updated and merged complaint. The complaint included the following allegations: unpaid compensation, especially for the overtime hours. Workers were apparently forced to work off the clock without proper breaks. And they also claimed that the company didn't reimburse for job related expenses such as headphones and equipment and other legal violations of U.S. federal and California labor laws. Now, who was involved in this case? I mentioned that the lawsuit was initiated by Oliveira and Boyce. However, this eventually became a class action case. What that means is that there were hundreds and thousands of other interpreters who experienced similar wrongdoings by the company and they could be part of the lawsuit. Indeed, there was a public outreach to all eligible interpreters to join the lawsuit, but this has ended as of November 13th, 2024. In terms of eligibility, there were some criteria, such as the type of employment, the location, duration, but in the end, approximately over 8,000 interpreters became part of the lawsuit. Let's talk about results. In April 2023, both parties met and talked in attempt to settle, which didn't happen. Almost a year later, they met again for the second mediation and parties reached a proposed settlement. Another year goes by, a hearing was held, and the final approval of the settlement was granted by the judge on February 24, 2025. To clarify one thing, since the parties settled, this means there was no trial, meaning there was no admission of guilt. What does that mean? These allegations that I mentioned earlier just remain as allegations, and it doesn't necessarily mean the company is admitting to these illegal actions. Also, the company cannot be sued for these again. Still, LLS had to pay out a huge chunk of cash, $3.725 million, and a portion of it went to those 8,000 interpreters, amount depending on how much they worked. Here are my thoughts. Without a doubt, this is a win for interpreters. There are so many companies out there operating their businesses in a way that's just not right. I'm so glad to hear that this lawsuit happened with thousands of interpreters being compensated thanks to the class representatives Oliveira and Voice. I think this is really important that interpreters took actions against a giant company like LLS, although there are some bittersweet disappointments about the result. As I mentioned, LLS is a huge company, but how huge are we talking? It brings in about 1.1 billion US dollars annually. The $3.725 million that they had to pay, yes, it is a large amount of money. But compared to what they make, if you do the math, it comes out to be about 0.34% of what they make a year. In other words, if I make $50,000 a year, that's like $170, which is like a couple of parking tickets or a speeding ticket. Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't be happy paying $170 for a parking ticket, but is that really significant enough to damage my well being? I don't think so. Another thing is how much of the settlement money didn't go to interpreters. When you look at the distribution of the settlement, about $1.24 million, which is about one third of the entire pool, went to legal fees. I watch Better Call Saul, and they say that's how just class actions are done, but compared to the actual compensation each interpreter got, I am sure that doesn't feel quite right to many of us. Also, it says there's this 25K in bonuses called service awards to Oliveira, Boyce, and some other early participants. It turns out these two got $5,000 each after years of spending their precious time battling this lawsuit. So, yes, it is a win and a step forward for interpreters, but I can't stop feeling that there's still a long way to go and nobody knows if we will ever get there. That is it for today's video. Please share what you think. Do you agree with the settlement amount? Should they have not settled and pursued a trial? Let me know what you think about this in the comments because this video means nothing if you don't speak up. Also, once again, check out my new community on Reddit, Anonymous Interpreters. If you have anything you want to share anonymously or want to see what other interpreters think about on things, join today and let's grow the community together. Lastly, my apologies for non-Korean speakers, but 영상 보고 계시는 한국인분들 계시면요. 제가 만든 통역사 커뮤니티 KEIC에 흔히 틀리거나 자주 쓰이는 단어나 표현 같은 여러 가지 도움되는 자료들 매일 올리고 있거든요. 한번 확인해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. Well, thank you for watching Interpreter Disconnecting. Bye-bye.